Good morning, Quadcopter 101, and what I got for you today is a review of a new quadcopter. This is the Eachine E708. Look at this quadcopter. What do you think it is? It obviously is a clone of the upcoming MJX Bugs2, which has not yet been released, but already people are making clones of that quadcopter. Now, unlike the Bugs2, this does not have GPS. This does not have a camera. This is strictly a low-cost sport quadcopter for playing with and learning to fly with, and hopefully it'll be good for that purpose. You know, there is no camera on this, just a little 3.7 volt battery. I believe it's 550 milliamp hour, very widely available battery, by the way, to be able to fly it. And just a very basic quadcopter, learn to fly quadcopter. Now, looking at the controller looks like a MJX type of controller. So they even kind of copied that too. But this is your rates button for selecting beginner, intermediate, expert. You can turn the lights off by pressing this button here to save battery power, and you can enter headless mode by pressing this button here for 2 seconds, and then it will enter into headless mode. And you can do a 1-key return while it is in headless mode by doing a quick press of the button while the quadcopter is in headless mode. It will do flips, which you activate by pressing this button here and telling it which direction to flip. And you have one button over here. It's undefined, and I don't think it does anything, but we'll find out here shortly. So all in all, that's it in effect. It's very basic. Now let's go fire it up and see how it flies. That's the important thing we need to know. So let's plug in the battery, and that's how you activate it. There's no on-off switch, so you're going to need to remember to unplug that battery when you land so you don't burn out the destroy the battery. Putting it on my landing pad, and we're going to set that as the headless mode direction, off in that direction there by pointing it there, and activating the transmitter and binding it to the quadcopter, and we should be good to go. Let's take it up and see how it performs. Okay, we are in beginner's rate. See if I can get it to hover. Trimming it a bit. Okay, the throttle is a little bit touchy up and down, but there we go. Very basic, very gentle in beginner's rate. Let's take it up a notch, go to intermediate rate, and it is actually very nice. Let's bring it a little closer so you can see how nice. I'll walk toward it too. How about a flip? You got to hold the button down for it to flip, folks. Let me press it again and see if I can do a quick press of the button to get it to flip. No, got to hold the button down to flip. So keep that in mind. So let's get going that way. Now, how about an expert rate? No, beginner and intermediate. That's all you got. With that in mind, then, let's go over here. Come a little closer. Bring it up close, show it to you flying up close. Looks pretty cool. Okay, go into headless mode, holding that button down. We are now in headless mode, so pushing the stick forward sends it in that direction, pulling the stick back sends it over my head. Okay, that appears to be the headless mode direction. So while we're over there, let's go over that direction. I'm flying sideways right now with headless mode and pressing 1-key return. And here it comes back. Let's demonstrate that again. Go off in that direction there. And press headless or 1-key return. And the quadcopter comes back. Now keep in mind, folks, headless mode and 1-key return are not true return to home. You have to keep the quadcopter flying down in the direction of the headless mode bearing for 1-key return to actually bring it back to you. If I go off to the left or right of that, let's say we go over here, off to the left, and press 1-key return, it'll fly parallel to my position. And say if we were downstream, it'll actually fly away from me. So don't depend on that for true return home. Only a quadcopter with a GPS is capable of doing a true return to home. Okay, coming out of headless mode, going back to beginner, so that should be the forward position, and make sure that's right, and that's correct. Okay, what haven't we done yet? That's about it. We've demonstrated all the features. It is nice, smooth flyer, good Would be a good beginner's quadcopter. Beginners learn to fly quadcopter. I don't know about the cost though. I think it might right now be a little bit higher than most beginners would be interested in paying, but you are getting a good flyer. Oh, there's one thing I haven't checked yet. Let's bring it down. We'll land it real quick. This is important. I should try to remember to do this with all quadcopters, and that's to give it a little throttle and turn off the transmitter. 1001, 1002, so that's not a problem. It will drop if it loses transmission. So flyaway is not an issue with this quadcopter. So yeah, good basic quadcopter. Going back to high intermediate rate. This is more fun to fly than this rate. Going upwind. Okay. I wish that the only thing I don't like is you have to hold that flip button down. See, to get it to flip. Yeah, I'd like it to be able to flip without holding that flip button down. See, you become disoriented trying to fly it without the flip button. Let's go downwind, or out in the field. Let's give it a test. See if it can do its 100 meters. We'll give it the 100 meter test, folks. There's, we still got battery power on it. The field's a little bit wet. I'm going to stand by here and send it down to the net. Can I make it to the net? What is the range? Oh, I think I'm going to make it. It's going down there fast too. There we go. It can make 100 meters. I had control all the way down there, folks. That's great. It's a 100 meter quadcopter. Definitely good point in its favor. So benefits of this: long range, very maneuverable, good flyer. Can make 100 meters. And let's go get it. Okay, it's nice and mushy here, lots of water. But let's take it out of the water here and send it back down to the other end of the field. Okay. So, still flying. How's my lights? Let's come in close. And do I got any LVC warning yet? Nope, still steady. So, we're going to fly it, or I'm going to keep it close so you can see it flying now. But yeah, fantastic, 100 meter range. Good control of it the whole way. This might actually be good to throw an all-in-one camera on. All-in FPV camera. Nice and maneuverable. And enjoyable to fly. I like these basic sport quadcopters. I mentioned that in another one of my reviews recently. You know, see good sport quadcopters come out. They used to be widely available, like the MJX X400 and things like that. And then people stopped making them for a while there. But they're starting to reappear again. That's great. Low-cost sport quadcopters. Just to go out and have fun with. And this is one of them. Let's go around the pole, since this has such great range. Going around the field, and then coming back. Oh, I think its battery's getting low. Let's check that out. How's my lights? No, yeah, my lights are blinking. So yeah, it's getting low in power. Well, let's see what it does. Does it drop? Or let's get a little closer to the ground just in case it does drop. I don't want to hurt it. But yeah, its lights are blinking. We'll find out what it does when its battery is depleted. MJX or Eachine E708. Fun little quadcopter. What do you you going to do when your batteries die? Already we got a long flight time on this thing with that 550 milliamp per hour battery. Well, I'm just not going to hover it. I'm going to fly it while it decides what to do with its battery. But I'm going to stay close to the ground. Wonderful. Yeah, I think this is going for about 30 bucks retail right now. Hopefully they can get down a little lower and everybody would like it. Especially since it looks like a Bugs2. Bugs2 clone. I don't think MJX is going to like it. I bet you this is actually made by WL Toys. They do that quite often. WL Toys. I'll just copy the shape of another quadcopter. I'm worried about that battery, folks, even though it's... Oh, there we go. Okay, throttle starts getting higher and higher. That'll be it. I'm not going to burn out the battery. So, that's the Eachine E708. Great little flyer, clone of the Bugs2. Just in look only, folks. Doesn't have the capabilities of the Bugs2, but if Bugs2 becomes popular and it becomes quite costly, you can go out and brag that you got a low-cost version of it. So this Quadcopter 101, signing out.